tell us about the show. What you got coming up?
Okay, so it's called Open Worship Night. It is next week, and it's basically a space where young people can come and they can basically freely worship God in their own way. They can, obviously we have people performing on the night. We have a short talk of encouragement, and it's just really like a chilled vibe, but like through worship, spending time worshiping through the week for young people. So yeah.
Okay. So okay then, right. So it says is it, you said about open worship in it, yeah? Why open? Isn't worship meant to be open and free anyway, or what does the open mean? Or
well, the open was from the fact that, especially from me, like going to church and that, sometimes I feel like young people are not able to be open in worship, and sometimes we're shown the way to do it. You know, the way to worship is to do this, to stand up, to sit down, to clap. Get what I mean? But I feel like everyone has their own way, and this is an opportunity for young people to worship in their own way, and not feel restricted or feel like they're put in a box and this is the way to do it. So yeah, that's where the open parts come from.
Okay. Yeah. So ultimately, and you know what's sad, sis? Yeah, it's like we're still here, you know. For me, I was your age once, you know, and like, you know, and it's like we got the same problem, man. Like, yo, guys, there's free up people, like we kind of like free up, man, and just like, you know, just worship God. But the reality show is that, you know, religion has kind of how can I say kind of like bottled a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, and that's what you know, it's a crazy one. So, you know, okay, going down to worship. So where did your passion for worship come from? So obviously, like, you know, I work with people who are like, this worship time is a time where I just chill and maybe listen to take part, or have always worship something that you've grown into, or from when you was like little 5-year-old girl in church, you was always dancing, or you was that child that always raising their hands going praise the Lord. you say was you that child?
I think as I've grown up in church, I've always been like in the choir, the children's choir and the youth choir, and I've always been around worship and like weekly going to church. But I feel like my passion came as I got older and as I started to sing more, and I feel like music is something that really helps me to connect with God. So during my hard times, music's been the thing that's helped me, especially worship music. So I thought to myself, okay, we see a lot of the problems that young people are facing. If it's helping me, it's possible that it can help others. So I thought, let me put on something where it's in the week. It's not necessarily a church service, but it's in the week where, you know, that's the times where you're facing your issues. So people can come and they can feel connected to God, and they can kind of feel that release from their problems and from their issues, and that they're committing it to God. So I think through worship helping me, I just want this to be able to help others as well. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. So you know, with this what time does it start? Sorry.
My doors open at 7. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's in town, so it's a cafe, so it's called Three Freeze Coffee Lounge. But they have an upstairs room, so it's not actually in the cafe part.
Oh, we're in the upper room.
Yeah.
So so it's next week Friday, yeah, and in town is for the people that's in Alabama right now, or New York. In Birmingham town centre. So guys, you know, Birmingham, West Midlands, UK, you know what I'm saying? Sorry Southerners, you can pop up to Birmingham. It's only I don't take from them about hour and a bit, man, on the train, man. So if you want to pass through, listen, guys, we're there next week Friday, you know, getting the worship on, man. So so in terms of the worship element of yourself, your development and stuff, yeah, taking it out of, you know, God being in choirs and so on, because you can imagine now, you're at the age now where you might get laughed at if you're at a choir when you're like growing up at school and whatever there still, or you go to church. Yeah, we got laughed at, but there was a lot more of us going to church. Yeah. And there's more of a Christian culture now. Today's culture is like, how did he go through Is this something that you would keep quiet as it say, oh, I don't, people didn't know you sang at school, or were you kind of like that guy, that girl that everyone knew you as a Christian?
I think for me, yeah, all my friends and people around me knew I was a Christian. And also, funny enough, we did have a choir at school.
Oh,
primary school, yeah, we had a
holy
choir.
grail! What school did you go to?
I went to Yenton. I don't know if you heard of it. It's like Erdington sides.
Right. Yes. I have heard of it. Yes.
So yeah, we had a choir. And we met at lunchtime, so I'd be in the choir basically. So people knew I could sing. They knew I went to church, especially like even because they knew I went to church on a Saturday, so they'd be like, "Oh, that's the Saturday one." So yeah, people knew.
Okay.
I think that, to be honest, as I've got older, I think like when I was younger, I do feel like more people around me were Christians and going to church, and that's probably because of our age. But obviously now as I'm older and people have gone off to uni and everything, people are kind of drifting away in a sense.
Yeah.
So it is a bit harder bringing that whole worship element to people, because they're like, oh, they just associate it with church, and you get what I mean. That's why we wanted a neutral location that wasn't at a church or anything.
Cool.
So people can feel just welcome to come, and they won't feel like, a certain way based on the experience of church. So yeah.
And do you feel that like we did a lift show about 10 issues ago, I would say, around about there, and it was with Judith Denton, and she's talking about church hurts. Do you feel that you got friends already that's got hurts from church who refuse to come back to church? Do you have any? Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, wow.
I definitely feel like
you meant to go.
People do.
Maybe.
Sorry.
You meant to go. But actually got to say yes straight away is actually scary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Nah, it's true, because I was listening to that show and I agree with what she was saying. Like people they associate certain feelings and experiences with church, and even though everyone says, "Oh no, you shouldn't," blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, it's real. Church hurt is real, and I think it's about giving people other ways that they can experience God and communicate with God, and knowing, okay, you don't have to go to church to start off with. There are other places you can go. Do you know what I mean? Church isn't even just the building at the end of the day.
It's the people.
So, yeah, it's providing different environments for people who have experienced things like that.
Wow, okay, cool.